Hi everyone, welcome to DuoQueue. I'm Sally.
And I'm Rayla.
I'm so fucking excited. Let's just get into it because this is gonna be a long one. For ranked this week, we're gonna talk about tanks. And I'm so excited.
She's excited if you didn't get it. I don't know if you heard it from the first 3 times she said it, but she is excited.
In our first episode, and in many episodes since, I have come clean about the fact that I'm a one-trick diva. So the tanks are they're my people.
So
So
tanks are basically they are the characters that have the really high HP, and so they're the ones that are supposed to, go in there first and take the hits, stuff like that.
big and strong.
Big and strong.
And we protect people. And we also get to play the game for longer because we have more health.
The real reason why she likes it.
I guess obviously my favorite
Mm.
tank and my favorite character to play is Diva.
Mm.
Because she has 2 lives, and also because I refuse to learn anything new ever. But I also like to play Ryan, and I like to play Orisa as well.
I'm I like to play Diva because everyone likes Diva, and I also like playing Zarya in Rhine sometimes, but then other times he's like unbearable to play, so it just kind of is a toss up.
Don't say everybody likes Diva.
Everybody likes Diva, god damn it. Everyone
Mm.
listening loves Diva.
So there's also 2 different kinds of tanks, 2 different tank roles. Main tanks are basically shield tanks.
Yeah.
They're basically their function is to hold up their shield or put it down, and then they're also big and they're kind of like the front line. Let's get into it. Why don't you start?
First on my list was Cool Matt, obviously.
Yes.
The reason we're all here today.
Our main squeezed
Cool Matthew 69.
Cole Matthew
I
69. The best
remember.
hair and the best heart.
So the first time I saw Cool Matt obviously was the World Cup because we've talked about before. But I always just remember they would call he like tweeted out Baby Diva main, and they would always talk about like how deadly he was as Baby Diva because like they would knock him out of the mech, and you would think you're safe from him, but then he would still get kills.
I think he's the funniest.
He's so funny.
If you didn't watch it when it came out, you should watch the video where they do playground insults, the
Oh
Outlaws,
my
where they do
god.
playground insults, because Cool Matt's go-to is just say dumbass.
Which
And it gets him
works,
every
yeah, it
time,
works
and
on
it
you as
gets me
well.
every time.
I also like
It's
the
funny.
video where they're doing the escape room, but like Cool Matt is playing his own game of not doing the escape room at all. I feel like Cool Matt is like everyone on the team loves him. If you ask them who their favorite player is or who they want to be like stranded on an island with, etc., like which they've all asked before, it's always Cool Matt seems to be the answer.
Yeah.
Like
Well, who wouldn't answer it that way?
I,
It's just the correct
it is the
answer.
correct answer.
I think he's a big centerpiece to their team because we talked about this either in the first episode or
The
maybe in the
friendship,
friendship
yeah,
episode. That Cool Matt was a big piece in bringing together the Outlaws in the first place.
yeah,
So I feel like he's a big centerpiece for like, and he's kind of the heart of the team in that way.
yeah. I
Um,
agree.
and he seems like he just has a good head on his shoulder, so he seems like he's a, a good a good responsible
A
presence
good,
to have
nice
around.
boy is what you're looking
Good
for.
nice boy is what I was looking for. You're
Yeah.
right.
You wanna go first?
um, let's go Gamsu,
Gamsu.
who is the main tank for the Boston Uprising.
He is.
Um, he is very handsome.
He's very handsome. That's true.
He has a very cute dog
Oh
now
my god, yes, I love him.
named Uni,
Uni.
who's adorable. And he likes hiking and
I was
vegetables.
about to say I love like when I see Gamsu's Twitter and it's just him going on hikes like a little
Yeah, he's
cutie.
just hiking and eating vegetables and getting his team to eat vegetables and being a
I
nice, responsible, put together little man.
I haven't seen a lot of Gamsu content, but from the videos I've seen of him, he always seems very soft spoken and like
Yeah.
maybe a little shy even. I think it's really cute.
Yeah, like when uh I was at the fan meetup for the uprising and they were here last month. He's so quiet and
Aww.
he's always just like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like just like He's super sweet.
Yeah.
And like Avast interviewed him as part of the broadcast since Avast is doing casting and he's his old teammate.
Yeah.
And it was so cute. He was like, "It's really good to see you again," and like I'm glad that we've remained friends, even though
Aww.
like you don't play, we're teammates anymore, but we're still friends. And like it was super cute.
That's
They had the most
nice.
adorable conversation. Your turn. You can do whatever you want.
Mine's all the predictable ones. So my next person I had was Poco, whom
Yes.
I love so dearly. Poco, like as we talked about, like I didn't watch Poco for the longest time, but now he's like my favorite person to watch almost because he's just so like animated and making noises and really funny and then like super fucking good at the game.
He's insane on Zarya.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. Like I watch a couple of Zarya players, and nobody is as good as he is.
Like I think it's
It's
funny because
nuts.
he's like known, but I guess it's just because he mainly played Diva in the league. But I would say his Zarya is even better than his Diva, and he's like known for Poco bombs and everything. But his Zarya is insane.
Yeah, and he knows it too. It's just one of
Yeah.
my favorite things about him. Like once we were watching him stream, and he picks Zarya, and he comes out of spawn, and he goes, "I've grabbed."
Yeah. So get ready. I'm
The
going to
game
grab
just
him.
starts. He walks out of spawn and says he has grab or something.
Yeah, I love him.
It's
I
very
feel
funny.
like I honestly feel like I've learned a lot about like how to play Zarya just by watching him play. He's really good. If I understood French, I'd probably learn more, but I don't. So
It's, that's fair. He is weird, but unapologetically so. And I can
yeah,
appreciate it.
he
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 wears
is
wild prints and makes duck noises
his banana hoodie is iconic.
and fish flops
Fish
on his
flops,
feet
yeah. Loves to watch
and
Pingu.
watches Pingu and plays Tetris and
Today we watched a
does
Ratatouille video, so
watch a guy making ratatouille on stream.
yeah.
He has he has this very strong chaotic energy,
Yes.
but it's like it's harnessed somehow. He owns it
He
somehow.
does. It's very good. I don't know. I like him a lot, which is
Yeah.
obvious from all the other podcasts, but it needs to be said again. Who do you have now?
I mean, who's better than Fissure?
Damn.
Please complete it.
Oh, nobody.
Thank you.
Nobody.
Fissure cracks me up. I think it's hysterical the way he just lives for the drums.
Oh my god, he loves drama.
He loves the drums. It's fucking hysterical. He like he came to the Gladiators from London and he did that whole
Hope they
I have
regret
one
it.
question for you.
Yeah.
Like, are you guys regretting it yet? Oh my god. It's nuts. And also he was really good too and
Yeah.
performed really consistently, but the pure like unbridled real housewives of like the Overwatch League vibes.
Little Housewives of Burbank, maybe, I guess.
Yeah, Real Housewives of Burbank. It's amazing. Also, I'm really happy that he's landed in on the Dynasty because he's always wanted to play
Yeah,
for them
I
and
feel
play
like
with that team. So
I feel
I
like
think
it's a
he'll
good
be
fit.
happy there.
Yeah, it's a good fit.
Yeah. So I can appreciate the downright pettiness and also the fact that he hopefully is in a place where he's comfortable and is
Yeah.
gonna perform really well.
One of my favorite like clips of Fissure is like one. I guess they were talking to him about being a tank, and he was talking about how like something about he couldn't aim, so that's why he became a tank player.
Oh yeah, because you don't have to aim as a main tank in this game. That's
and,
basically what he said.
and I love that. I thought it was so funny.
All right, go ahead.
The next person on my list was Bin Best,
Of course.
whom is so dear to my heart. I'm so excited to see Bin Best actually in the league and just, getting to play with his friends and hopefully be recognized because I feel like he didn't get a lot of recognition before. Like, maybe he got a little bit at the World Cup, but I don't think he got enough because I adore him so much and it was really fun to, like, see him get to do pro plugs. this past weekend, even though he didn't get to play that much.
Justice for Ben Best.
Justice for Ben Best. But I think he's really good at the game. I like watching him play Ryan and other stuff.
He is hot.
He's very handsome.
Soft-spoken. And cute when he laughs.
Oh
and
God.
He loves his friends. And it's just the whole package.
Very good.
But I'm also excited to see him because if what little we've seen of him before is any indication, I think he's gonna thrive.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see him kind of come to life. All right, we're gonna go to Beachland.
That was the next person on my list, so that works out pretty well.
We're gonna talk about Vishu.
You love Vishu.
I love Vishu. Probably after, I think Cool Matt and Vishu are tied for my favorite players in the league. I think they're next to each other. They live together.
They live together in harmony.
In the same little corner of my heart. First of all, Vishu, he is incredible in that he translated both on stage and off for his teammates who were trying to communicate both in Korean and in English. And to be able to think that fast, especially on stage, I think is really impressive.
Yeah.
To be able to be that kind of liaison. And I think that's really impressive, and I think makes him really, really valuable, especially in a league that is so heavily Korean and English. And his whole team loves him.
Well, they should.
He has B emotes.
He does have
that are super
emotes.
cute in his Twitch. And he just seems like the most laid back,
sweet dude.
Kind of sweet guy who just is having a good time where he is.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate that.
Every time I think of Vishu, I see him smiling because I feel like every video or image I've ever seen of him, he is always smiling and laughing and having a good time with his friends.
Oh, that was really cute. That was a really cute thing to say.
Well, it's true.
He has the most beautiful smile. It could power buildings.
It's true.
He's also been around pro gaming a long time.
Yeah.
Because he was semi-pro in League of Legends before he went to Overwatch.
And people still ask him about it all the time.
People ask him constantly about playing League of Legends. And he's like, it's not fun anymore. Leave me alone.
Like you said, I think it goes along with partially what you said, but with the translation and stuff, he's just really good at doing call outs. If you watch any of his streams, he's constantly in there doing call outs, trying to get his team to respond to him and getting them to go.
His team to communicate.
And you saying with translation, he does it not even just on stage, but just when the pro plugs were going on, he did it for Jonak. And I've heard him definitely do it with OG and other people that he just randomly gets paired up with and ranked. So I think that's always nice.
Yeah, and a really big deal was when Fissure came from London to the Gladiators. Vishu was a huge part of making that transition easier for him.
Yeah.
Coming from an all-Korean team, going to a mixed language team, Vishu was kind of that bridge between. Your turn.
My next person. Oh, they're such a good one. Next I had Diggory.
Yes!
Who...
The queen!
Yes, definitely the queen. We all love Diggory so much.
Everybody does.
Everybody. So, Diggory, of course, is the only female player in the Overwatch League.
Currently.
Yes, currently. I would say she's known for being, a very good Zarya. I feel like most people know the story, but just as a reminder, way back when, Overwatch came out, she was accused of cheating because of, how good she played. And
because of being a girl.
Well, yeah, she wasn't a pro at the time, but she was accused, well, I don't think she was at least, but she was accused by some pro players of cheating, and they're if she's not cheating, we'll quit Overwatch. And then so she did this live event thing, and turns out, guess what? She's just really good at the game. And so
Did they quit?
Some of them did, yeah.
Bastards.
So Diggory is just awesome and super loved by the community, as she should be.
I can't wait to see her play Zarya.
Oh my god, yes.
She didn't really get a chance to in the first season, just because Zarya wasn't really meta.
Yeah, no one did, really.
I also really like that she's built this kind of chaotically endearing personality,
Yes, absolutely.
especially through her Discord. I think she has one chat that's just for English speakers, and she'll pop in and she'll just say whatever kind of random shit comes to her mind. And she asks her fans to like teach her jokes and
Yeah.
help her learn phrases and stuff. And she always like her kind of signature that's come up is like using I am but as
Mhm.
one word.
Yeah.
It's like I am whatever. I am give you salt is a big one. Is a big one. It's become a really fun quirk of hers to like tweet out funny puns and stuff, and I think she's really kind of embraced this kind of goofy
I love
nature she's got
I
and brought it to the forefront.
I love the whole like frog. Like if you see a frog, everyone's like, "Oh, Diggory," and just like
Yeah, because
always tweeting frogs at her and everything.
Diggory means frog, I believe, in Korean.
Yeah, yeah. So she's always tweeting out like pictures of Kermit, like those like meme pictures and just frogs
Yeah,
in general and stuff like that. Love you, Diggory.
yeah. But she definitely is the heart and soul of the dragons. I don't
Yeah.
think that can be argued. Uh, Speaking of Diggory, let's go Muma.
Yeah, that's who I had next.
Yeah, because they friends.
Yeah, Muma.
I've realizing I've said the same thing a couple of times, but like Muma's kind of like chaotic good,
Yeah.
where like he plays lying on his back basically and says lots of weird memey shit, but also is like really earnest.
Can I just point out something because I didn't think about this? So you have Muma who sits as far laying back as he can, and then Cool Matt who sits inside of his computer screen.
Yeah, he has his forehead pressed up against the screen because he can't see.
Which is like my favorite image. I just needed to bring that up because I had forgot about it until you said that.
Yeah, Muma is sitting on the ground 10 feet away.
Yeah.
And Cool Matt is literally inside of the mech.
Yes.
Muma seems so genuinely sweet and
Yeah.
like he's truly doing his best.
I love Muma.
He also kind of opened the door, paved the way for players who want to be open
Yeah.
about their identities and that kind of thing, which I think is really great. And I think he embraced that in a really positive way. I think that's a really important piece of who he is. And I think it's great that he's
Yeah.
kind of flourished in that.
At the start of the season, at least, they would always talk about like how Cool Matt and Muma are like a consistent tank duo. Like they would, especially like for NA players, they were like the tank duo to watch basically.
All right, your turn.
Next I had OG
Yeah.
because I love OG.
Adorable.
That's another
and
one.
befriended by all.
That's true. That's another one that like I didn't really appreciate as much as I should during the actual season. It's probably closer to like All Stars that I started appreciating him more. And like you said, I feel like he's literally friends with everyone because I remember when we were at the Overwatch League, when we were in the arena, like we saw him everywhere. Like
we saw him 5 or 6 times just like walking around waiting for people.
I was gonna say like he was with the San Francisco Shock, he was out there with the Outlaws, like it just we literally saw him like with everybody. So like I feel like he's just friends with everyone and everyone adores him.
Yeah. He has this I think he's a jokester, which I can appreciate.
I agree.
He's super funny, super high energy.
Very good.
Also nutty. Especially on Ryan, I think. He didn't know toilet paper was for your ass, whoa.
I feel like OG had probably one of the toughest jobs in the league. As in he came into a position with a team that, you know, had a lot of issues.
A little tumultuous.
And I feel like he did really well. I feel like he came to, like, you know, a team that had a lot of troubles and he still managed to perform well. And I would say he's a big part in why the team was able to, you know, come back during Stage 4 and actually do well.
Yeah, I would agree.
So who you got?
Listen, I don't have a whole lot to say about, but I want to say some at least something.
Okay.
And that is for Fearless, who was the main tank for the Dragons.
Yeah.
because he was one of the 3 remaining dragons after season 1. So I think he deserves some cred
Yeah.
for something. But it also seems like he and Diggory are pretty good friends. So
Yeah.
that's all. Just wanted to shout that out.
Since we're shouting him out, can I say Fearless is fucking stylish?
Thank you.
Like, if you see a picture of Fearless, he's just stylish. That's all I had to say.
He's put together.
He is. I agree.
Yeah, there's that one picture of like Diggory's in a hoodie sweatshirt in her pajamas, and Fearless is next to her in a full button-up 3-piece suit.
Yeah, I love him. He's so stylish.
Go ahead.
Next I had Fate. I feel like Fate deserves some recognition. I can't
Cute
talk.
cheeks.
Cute cheeks. That's true.
His cute cheeks.
So, Fate obviously is the main tank for Valiant, but also he was the main tank for South Korea at the World Cup, which I think honestly says a lot about him as the main tank, because there are so many good tanks, and he was the one that was...
There's a lot of competition for that spot.
Yeah, but he was the one that they picked, so I think that says a lot about how good he is.
He's another Vishu type where he's always smiling.
Yeah.
It seems like he has lots of fun.
I agree. I like him. I didn't have a lot to say about him, but I think he's very good, and like if we're going to talk about the tank episode, you need to talk about him, you know?
Yeah, I would agree. Another one I didn't have a whole lot to say about but wanted to talk about anyway. I had Gesture.
Yeah.
Who I think was always really consistent and was kind of a crucial piece of that championship team.
Yeah, I would say so. Next, I had Mickey.
Yeah!
Who I feel is loved by all in the community. Just a little ball
as he should be.
Little ball of sunshine.
He's the winner of Dennis Savelko Award for a reason.
Yeah, because he honestly is the most positive person. I think, I remember the interview that they had with him about how he was always smiling on stage. The reason he says he is because, like, even if the game's not going well or whatever, he knows his mom is there watching, and she might not be able to understand English, but she'll know, you know, that she can see him smiling, and that there's no reason, because, like, your fans are watching, your family's watching, your friends, and they don't want to see you sad, so he doesn't want to be sad on stage. He just wants to be happy and positive.
Oh my god!
Isn't that cute?
That's so cute!
And I always thought he was always cute and did, like, the little magic tricks, you know, on the camera, and just always trying to cheer up everyone, I felt like, on his team. Because, again, he was on the Dallas Fuel, and they definitely had their, like, down moments. But I feel like in the end, like, once it got later in the season, even when they weren't winning, you could tell that there was a change in the team, because they would be on stage, like, laughing and having fun.
He was one of the first Brigidas to make DPS babies cry, so I'm thankful to him forever. But I think in seriousness on that comment, I think it's really impressive that he kind of picked up that hero so fast.
Yeah, like, one of the first people I would say that was, like, did really well on her in the league, for sure.
Let's go Note.
Yeah, Note.
Note is another one that I think is kind of, like, not necessarily, like, overlooked, but, oh, no, he's there. Like, it's that kind of treatment a little bit, just because of the nature of the role, I think. We talked a lot about how DPS gets a lot of the spotlight. But yeah. I think Note is one of the players that, on another kind of tumultuous team, has been really, really solid.
I feel like you could see him even better at the World Cup, where I feel like maybe he got a little more recognition at the World Cup. So, I don't know, that's nice.
He also has Q-Dog.
Yes, Coach Pickle. I feel like Note is a goofball.
Yeah, definitely a goofball.
Which I appreciate.
Yeah, I love me a goofball.
Also, because I just thought of it, I always remember how he would, like, during the player intros, he would always, like, ham it up for the camera and, like, mess with the other people on his team, and
screw around with his teammates and stuff. Yeah,
I always love that.
Yeah, he's a big personality, I think.
Yeah. Right. The next person I had was Nevix.
Yeah.
When people talk about Nevix, they talk about how flexible he is, because he's one of those people that I believe he started out as, like, a DPS player, but he was just able to flex on to doing the off tank, and that's kind of where he's made his home I don't know. I feel like he's really good, and he doesn't get as much recognition as maybe he should.
He's another one that's consistently really good, and like I feel like even ones like I said, Note and that kind of thing, like even those ones they get their name shouted out every now and then. But I feel like Nevix got kind of pushed by the wayside a lot.
Yeah, and he, like I said, he was really good. Nevix is just like the quietest person in the world. He just seems like he's been sitting backstage for 20 years eating saltines, and then he walks out and does a diva bomb, and then that's how you know he's here. No offense, Nevix. I think you're a nice dude.
No offense, Nevix.
I'm sure you're a nice boy.
But he also just made like a really sweet tweet the other day, which scared the shit out of me.
I thought because he said like,
well, he did the wrong tense of I've gotten. He said that I got during my career when he meant that I have gotten over my career, and I was like, oh god,
I literally went back. I clicked his Twitter and made sure I didn't miss another tweet because I was like, what did they do to Nevix?
What have they done to you? They put him back in the room with his saltines, and they're never gonna
please let him out.
He was basically like, I'm really thankful for all the support I've gotten. I'm excited for season 2, and I'm gonna do a good job. And I thought that was very sweet, especially since he has never spoken.
Yeah, he's never said a word ever, actually.
So
I'm not really sure what he sounds like.
Let's talk about Fraggy. Fraggy. That's my Poco impression.
You will hear that a lot more.
That's how Poco says Fraggy. He says Fraggy. He's big.
He is big.
He is big, and he seems nice.
He does. He's like a big Viking boy. That's what he looks like.
And he plays well with Poco.
He does.
So I love him.
Yeah. I like Fraggy.
I also think he kind of got his big stage to shine at the World Cup.
Yeah.
Even though I think Finland didn't do as hot as people thought they were going to do, but I think he still got to be kind of a standout.
They did super awesome group stages. Almost beat Korea. And then they had a really rough time over during the finals. But like you said, Fraggy did really well.
Yeah, and also I think he was a standout for the Fusion. They kept swapping him out with Sato.
Yeah.
For the sake of hot buff.
Fraggy and Poco just worked really well together, and it seemed like the team overall performed better most of the time when it was them, but I don't know. Next I had Space.
Yeah, we like Space.
Space, I feel like he is pretty well considered one of the best off-tank players there is.
He's nutty on Diva.
Yeah, he's really good. Like, I don't really have a lot to say about him, but he's really good.
Yeah, he's insane. I might beef with Team USA, but
yeah,
I kind of wish he had been able to like be a little bit more of a force on Team USA. Like, I wish that they had performed better as a whole, because he is so good I feel like that world stage would have been great for him. Had that team kind of shown up.
I feel like he was also like a big turning point for the Valiant when he was able to play. Not that they even did bad before, but like they were just able to do so much more when he did join and was able to play.
I had Mono.
Yeah.
Because he played insane throughout the season.
Yeah, for
with
sure.
The New York Excelsior. All their players played so well that you can't like have these conversations without talking about them. But I think Mono especially kind of took the reins a little bit because he kind of swapped off with Janice a lot.
Yeah.
But I think they kind of more consistently performed well with Mono at the helm.
Yeah, it was kind of like a whole thing where they would swap Janice out, and it was usually not for the best. Like, Mono was more consistent, like you said. Well, obviously, it's like you can't really have these conversations without talking about the NYXL players, because even though they didn't end up taking the overall season, you can't deny that they were a force throughout the entire...
They were the team to beat the entire season.
Yeah. Next, I had Spree.
Yeah.
Who I would say everyone was fucking excited to see him play Zarya.
Yes.
Like, his team would hype him up so much, and for good reason, because he was insane on King's Row Zarya, especially.
He owned it.
He did. He was so good.
That sleepy Belgian king.
Because he's an
He deserves
outlaw.
more credit, and they give him so much credit. Like
He really does. Give him more.
Give him more. I remember we told Spree, or you told Spree, that we like when he gets to play Zarya.
Yeah.
And the other outlaws were standing there. We're like, yeah, we like when he gets to play
Yeah.
Zarya too.
Like, we like it too. It was very funny.
Yeah, I had Super, who seems kind of stupid, but seems also like very good-hearted.
I adore Super. I feel like, I don't know.
He plays spin best, so he is like on the good list forever.
Yeah, we love him.
I think it's because he and Dante were teammates,
I was
but
gonna
he and
say.
Dante give off the exact same vibe.
They're good friends. He just seems to be friends with, kind of like we said with OG, he just seems to be friends with everyone.
Yeah, he seems like a good kid.
So Super was also one of those that was like, didn't get to start out the season, came in later, and he was an important piece that they were waiting for.
Yeah, and I think Super showed up.
He did.
To that expectation.
He did.
I think he stepped up to it. So I want to talk about Manitin, who was the diva player, who was the off tank for the Florida Mayhem in season 1.
Yeah.
He's now playing for Mayhem Academy in Contenders, and I did a little research on old Manitin.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was really overlooked as a pretty good diva player. He was another one that was really consistent and did really good things, but just the rest of his team kind of couldn't make it happen either for him or for whatever reasons. I think he did a lot of work that kind of got overshadowed by how poorly the team performed. There's no such thing as a carry. It's a team game. Like, there's not a whole team holding him back. Like, obviously his play had issues and that kind of thing, but I wanted to shout him out. That's all the detailed notes I had, but I had 3 people I'm excited to see in the future.
Okay, I have 2, So next I had Gushui. I believe that's how you say it. Who he was on Team China, and now he's going to be on Spark. He was so insanely good. China did so well, and I feel like he was a huge part of it. Like, everyone was talking about him, talking about how good he was. So I'm just really excited to see him play in the Overwatch League and get to see him, more than just a couple of games.
I had Axiom, who is a tank for Boston this upcoming season. And he is nuts tall.
Say that one more time.
He is nutty tall.
Okay, that's a weird way to say that, but...
Yeah, he's tall. And also he was really nice.
Alright.
That's it. But I'm excited to see him anyway.
Okay. Next, I had Fusions, who was on the UK team at the World Cup, and he got picked up as like a 2-way player for Boston Uprising, so I'm not exactly sure if he'll get to play for Boston, because I know he played a lot for the Academy team. So I'm hoping we get to see him, because I thought he did very well. The UK obviously did super well. They took out USA. They did very well against Korea as well. So I thought Fusions was good, and I hope we do get to see him play some.
I had Roar, who is one of the new tanks for the Gladiators, because I want to know why he capitalized the O and nothing else.
Well, sometimes
why the O?
Sometimes it'd be like that,
But why just the O? I'm just curious. That's all. I'm also excited because he has some kind of big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
With Remix and Fissure. So I'm excited to see how he kind of meshes in with my boys.
The talk has been good. Like, I've heard, like, people...
The talk is that been good.
Been good. Well, like, Reinforce, like, ranked them up as being, like... I think he put Gladiators as being the 2nd or 3rd best team starting next season. And a lot of other people have them ranked pretty high, so I think that's exciting. We also want to do a special shout out to Reinforce, who we adore, who, as a lot of you probably know, he is a main tank player. He played for Sweden, and he was also a desk person, and I think he's very nice, and I like him.
Yeah, also tall.
He is tall.
Like, crazy tall. We talked about him in our caster episode, so go listen to our caster episode if you want to hear more about Johnny Reinforce. But I feel like he should get called out.
Yeah, and another thing is, I really enjoyed during the All-Stars him trying to play with all his caster friends and like trying to, because obviously he's a top 500, like up there, Grandmaster player, and most of them are,
Not as good.
And so I just thought it was really funny, and I thought that was a fun match that they did.
I had one more.
Okay.
Which is Finzi.
Finzi, yeah.
Finzi? I'm excited to see Finzi because he's on Paris.
Yeah.
With Binbest.
We love it.
And with Soon, and that's it.
For this week's arcade, we're going to do the clip show like we've been doing, and I just got together a couple of clips, and we're going to watch those and talk about them. And so, there's the logics, and oh no.
What is that?
What is that? 900 IQ from Frag.
Who's that?
That's little Brady. See, oh
no!
Such a fast turnaround, too.
Oh,
damn. That was insane. It was so fast. Oh my god. It was like so fast how that turnaround was. So
yes!
My favorite, Mr. Coolmat.
Boombox.
Oh, my favorite part is that's not the first time he's done it. There was another clip of him doing that before, too. Oh, here we go.
I love that man.
So as you can see, this is the very start of a round. It's important for what's about to happen. Very important. See, Fraggy is
just noticing that kind of ticking up really fast.
Yeah, that Fraggy has the point hasn't unlocked and Fraggy used his shatter. Did you notice that? Fucking insane, dude.
Little Fraggy.
So this is Fraggy again.
Here he goes again.
And
never mind.
That bubble placement, Jesus Christ, that could have been real bad. So here's some Vishu.
Nice. Oh, Custa, no.
Custa. He's just killing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he just like
just mowing through him.
He just took them all out, basically.
Wow.
It's insane. That's why I'm so excited to see him. So this was the World Cup, not this year, but last year.
Get him, Mono.
And that was, he was able to do that because if you notice, Jae-hong slept the other Ryan.
Nice.
So that was awesome. So.
Oh, doo-doo, your boy.
Yeah, so look, Note is the only one there.
I'm seeing it.
And Note just kind of.
He's just kind of
gonna
just take him out all by himself.
Also notice it's in overtime, so Note just kind of single-handedly won that for them. And then bam!
Yes! Oh,
that's so satisfying.
That brings my heart so much joy.
That's so satisfying.
Oh, that was awesome.
That is not even they did that combo so many times. It was insane.
Make me proud. Oh, gross. Oh.
And then, oh, Zappis.
Zappis.
And then this is also like they're able to cap the point because of this.
This guy is
He's so happy. He is so happy. That was awesome. The map that they beat Korea.
Yes.
Is our friend Vinvest. This is like appreciation for both Vinvest and Super in one clip. He just had to leave. He did it.
He did it, guys. He did the 180.
He did it, guys. I love that clip so much.
All the way across the room.
We saw this live.
We did see this.
It was so fucking insane.
Oh my gosh. This is nuts.
It was.
Oh, who's here? Oh, it's Fisher.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh my god. Yes. That's insane.
Oh.
Oh my god. I can't believe he did that.
Still.
I can't believe he pulled that off.
I was like, I remember when we were watching that and we were just like, I was just counting the jumps. I'm like, how? How is he doing this many?
Yeah, it was insane.
Who's better than Fisher?
Here, we'll go back so you can see that again.
I just saw him tick up in the thing, and I was like,
Yeah. So I know we'll. So
like,
just all of them.
come on. Plus the grab from Void.
Insane.
Like, come on.
Dang.
Team kill.
Team kill is so satisfying to hear.
Who's better than Fissure?
Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
we're gonna
I
get sued
forgot.
again
I didn't
anyway.
know that they did a replay. I
That's
forgot.
fine. Unreal.
Oh my
3 with
God.
the same one.
It's crazy.
That is nuts.
It's nutty.
Super.
Super. Leave Mickey alone.
No.
Go OG.
Nope. Gross. Oh. There he goes.
OG. Taking him out. He's
Oh.
like so shattered. I appreciate it.
Little shatter super. I can
Yep.
appreciate it.
And
And that's
bam.
it. And that's it.
He's not done though. He's gonna still just keep swinging, you know. God.
Anyway.
He's like, yeah. I think we are gonna get this point actually.
OG was like, yoink.
Yoink yoink. So
Arms
Shadow
now.
Burn setting up for
Oh,
beautiful.
Shadowburn, I'm sorry. For the
beautiful
kills with a Z.
kills.
God,
So good.
he's so good.
Oh, we love Poco. The little guy.
Yes! No, not the Outlaws!
But
Not my boys!
but damn,
Love it.
dude.
Get him! Get him, Gamsu!
Check no. You can't.
No, you can't do this.
So good. So
Yes! This is what I
is
asked for.
insane. You did
I
ask
asked
for this.
specifically for this. He pushes it
He
off
pushes
the
it
ledge!
off the ledge.
Yeah, do it again. Because this I didn't know until we saw it
The
in a
video,
video
yeah.
that the Fusion put out or something, where Poco says, I just pushed it off the edge.
Yeah. So you can watch his little diva body up there.
Like, you can kind of see him,
Like,
and then he
yeah.
jumps down. How would you even think?
I don't know, like, I remember very much them talking about Poco, obviously, because, like, during the first stage, Poco was, like, all the talk. And I remember, like, they had asked him about, like, his Poco bombs. He had talked about how, like, he would practice it, like, so that's what he would practice all day was diva bombs, like, to figure out different angles that he could do it at and stuff that would make his more unpredictable. I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't either.
Thanks, everyone, for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any favorite tank plays, you're not going to leave them below, but you should. Next week, we'll be back with something different because we went through all the roles, so you'll have to tune in next week and see what it is.
We checked off all the boxes, and now we have a surprise. And it's definitely not just that we didn't come up with anything.
Why would you say that? That would never be the case.
So if you have any ideas for what we could talk about,
Leave those in the
leave
comments.
that in-
Please, God. We're begging.
We're dying here. Thanks, and as always, GG, go next.
GG, go next.